This report is brought to you by Mahon's Hotel. Irvinestown and Lisnaskea libraries have been the topic of conversation throughout the county over the past few weeks. Libraries NI are proposing to reduce their opening hours by 40% as part of a money-saving exercise. Irvinestown library members, however, are fearful that this will only be the beginning and eventually the library will close altogether. UUP councillor Raymond Farrell says reducing the opening hours from 30 to 18 hours will have a dire impact on the town.
Well, this really is a blow to the community, I have to say. I mean, at this time we're trying to rejuvenate and enhance our community. We're in a time of economic recession, and I think one of the things we would like to see maintained and enhanced is our library services. And to reduce that further, I think it comes as a blow to local people who utilise the service here in the town, and it's certainly something we would like to see developed even further. Rather than reducing our service, we want to see it maintained and indeed enhanced.
Henry Keys, together with other library members, have come together to organise a Save the Library group and have gathered over 1,500 signatures in opposition to the reduction of hours.
Irvinestown Library serves a very wide area, right down to Pettigo, Lack, Ederney, across towards Dromore, Trillick, round to Ballinamallard, and takes in not only North Fermanagh but part of Tyrone as well. And we would feel it is an essential service. We have a wonderful facility in the centre of the town and very accessible, very convenient, and a meeting place. In the morning you'll find elderly folk in doing their shopping, dropping into the library. In the afternoons we have the school children coming off the buses from Enniskillen, many of them coming to do research and project work. And it's a wonderful facility which indeed brings life to Irvinestown once again, and we don't want to lose that. It will be a loss to the whole community, and having said that, we're conscious that greater use could be made of the library in many ways, and we would want to encourage everybody to make full use of it. And in fact, if we don't use it, the old saying goes, you will lose it. And that will be one of our aims, that we will develop a greater use of the facilities.
Henry was delighted when the new library was built in 2003 and says it has great facilities. He believes it will be a huge inconvenience for its users if they will have to travel to Enniskillen to use library services.
When I came into the library in September and discovered that they were cutting back on the library hours, I was absolutely appalled, because I have already endured years of social and rural isolation, and for me the library was a very important social as well as intellectual outlet, and among very restricted resources. I was so shocked that I wrote several letters to the paper, so I feel very passionately that people like me would be severely disadvantaged by the closure of a small library.
Well, I think, like Bernice, it's absolutely appalling. In fact, I think it's scandalous. I think it's criminal. Now, I came over to Irvinestown with my granddaughter 5 years ago. Coming here, a complete stranger, no family, no friends, and I use the library a lot. I come in every day and I get my newspaper, and I go to the library 2 or 3 times a week. If I have to go to Enniskillen, it's a faceless big building which obviously has to be bigger. Plus, with the price of diesel now, I can't afford to keep on going into Enniskillen to use the library, so I'll stop. But I just, as I say, I feel as a complete outsider coming in, and if you start reducing the hours of the library, and being an old cynic, I think a few days down the line they'll say, close it. I think it's the thin edge of the wedge. You start closing your library, you start getting rid of schools, and I gather schools have gone from here, and places start to die. I've seen it happen in England, and I do not want to see it happen here.
The group have also put together a proposal along with their petition of how the library could be used to its full potential to present to Libraries NI before the consultation window closes on December 2nd. Henry stresses there is still time to sign the petition if you feel you will be affected by the cuts. You can find the forms in all the shops throughout the town. Aislinn Hagan, FermanaghTV. With a unique atmosphere full of charm and old relics collected over its 100 years of business, Mahon's Hotel is the ideal setting for your family holiday, business trip or even a break of a lifetime. For more information, visit www.mahonshotel.co.uk.